I'm a little early today. Got a little antsy with the live feed starting. Hello. Hello. A little bit early. Was gonna come on at 5, but got on a little bit early. I hope you're all doing well. Got your tea? Got your tea for tea time? I thought I'd start just a little bit early so you can see that I'm not really when I get to channeling, sometimes the energy and the language shifts a little bit. So I thought that I would start out and just kind of rest here with you, speak a little bit so that you can see that I'm really not just kind of in that energy. But once we start channeling, now the verbiage can change a little bit and it might get a little, you know, unpleasant or whatever. But, and sometimes these live streams can go for quite a while. So thanks for being here, everybody. I really do appreciate you. There's some shifts happening. God wants, the Celestial Father wants this curator to experience what the celestial children have been experiencing. So everything's getting all wrapped up. It's like plans are being made. And these blokes are over there, like, before they get captured and stuff, they want to make sure they take out the celestial daughter again before, you know, so they can walk into the body or something, sneak in. So we got them wanting a body snatch, and then we got the celestial father saying, hoo-hoo, you're going to experience the same. Because this daughter was innocent of the crime that they convicted her of. She was innocent when they tortured her to death. And she's all like, why have you forsaken me, right? Like, why are you doing this? Because she was from what I gather, the female apostle. And these blokes decided that they didn't appreciate what she had to say. So now we got a whole big bucket of problems. Yay, yay. Thanks for being here, everybody. All right, I got a new deck. It arrived yesterday. So we're going to go ahead and utilize this deck. See what happens. Yeah, got our sage going here just because I love it so much. We'll go ahead and start with the tarot here. So there's the nasties who have been in the council house of the organic transmitter receiver, the divine communications device. With their hack system, their voice to school, and the towers, that they have installed out there in the atmosphere to bring towers to the mind, to make you have thoughts that aren't yours, or to run thoughts that don't belong to you through your mind. So thank you, Dara. Alrighty, everybody. So we're going to go ahead and get started to see what's happening, because this curator seems to think that he's going to go ahead and capture this daughter, body snatcher, do all that good stuff. So, and apparently we're all just waiting for them to make their move. These fellas are the world's worst procrastinators, man. I swear, they can't make up their mind about anything. So we're going to go ahead and check in with the planetary circumstance, see what's happening here with Mr. Nasty, who thinks he's going to go ahead and capture this celestial, these celestial apples again. Sons and daughters, take it as it resonates. Now, I speak a lot about the daughters because it seems that this is where the spirit wants to focus on. I mean, from the get-go, from the very, very beginning, these nasty, raunchy little shits that were supposed to protect the celestial daughters turned into rapists and murderers, lovers of each other. And then they used our energy to curse, hex, ensnare, trap, cut down our crown, do all kinds of nasty stuff. But all that's coming down. I heard yesterday this curator talking about, thank you for flow state, that he was beginning to hear people screaming. So all that nasty mental stuff that he had been tormenting humanity with is landing in his lap. God wants him to experience what this daughter has experienced. It's been lifetimes, like 6,000 years. From the start, they betrayed her, tortured her to death. And she's like, whoa, what's going on? Because she didn't do anything wrong. So how's it going to land for this little thief, this little identity thief, poser, this pose? And his galactic team, who's over there saying, I know the first thing I'm going to do to her. So he's promising this curator that they're going to wind up with this original organic celestial daughter who is currently in a human form. So how's it going to go here as we wrap this up? How's it going to go? So the Knight of Cups came out and it kind of spun into the reverse. So this person is jealous and they're also disappointed. You know, they're unreliable, they're insecure, they're not going to get anybody anywhere. There's no love in them. Nobody has any love for them. It's like, just let go already, you freaking jealous hoe. He's been sucking the life out of the divine feminine for centuries, punishing them, claiming that they're all hoes. And it's like, wow, it's been going like this from the get-go with that stupid, their stupid concocted stories. In the challenge position, we got a Knight of Cups, and there's no love. He's jealous. Magician, his magic isn't working. And you know that everybody knows that he's a deceiver. Nobody wants to do magic with him. He's lost his magic. Unreliable. He's got bad magic. He can't manifest anything. He got cut off from her energy. And now he can't manifest anything. And he's over there trying to convince everybody that he's their savior, and all he needs to do is capture this woman and then, eat her, drink her blood, eat her flesh, and then assume the identity, and he can be just like her, and we'll carry on like we were before. And the youngers are like, dude, you're a charlatan, man. You're nothing unless you're attached to this person. And people are looking at him like he's a weirdo, which he is. He's a freaking psycho weirdo. So in the subconscious, Knight of Cups doesn't have any love. His magic isn't working. He got cut off of the creatress, off of the energy that was giving him his power. And he's out there whining to all these different dimensional fellas about going after her, getting her. You know, you can't have a woman in this position. Of course not. Well, he can't have the position. He's not getting a relationship. There's no more contracts with these people. They've been cut off from the power source, which is residing in the divine feminine and her womb. Unless, of course, he's a son, which he's not. In his mind, he's thinking Page of Pentacles. So subconscious, he's thinking about making a small offer. Maybe he's thinking he is a small offer. He wants to make a small offer. He wants to give somebody an opportunity. That's one of the things that these low-level devils do. These people who have no love in them and all, they're like, ooh, I like this one. Ooh, I like that energy. Oh, I like her. She's an appetizer. So these men who come up like they're just bamboozled by the glory of you. They're just bamboozled by their share of the feed that they're going to satisfy the hunger of their shadow gods. You can't trust people in this particular realm right now, man. I'm telling you. In the recent past, we got Six of Pentacles. So there's a harvest and a reward. You persevered, so you're getting a reward. And they want to get involved in it. Ooh, whoa, did you see that? Intentions, expectations. This is justice in the reverse. So harvest, reward, justice in the reverse for the injustice. So you're getting a harvest and a reward because of all of the unfair treatment. Intentions. These people had no accountability. They took and took and took and took and transferred burden and more burden. And then it just got to be very, very nasty here at the end when we were extreme pendulum stretches. Yeah, it became very, very clear. In the near future, we've got the King of Cups. King of Cups. The lens that's being looked through. Emperor. Emperor's taking control of this mess. In the environment, we've got the Three of Swords, heartache, sorrow, somebody's undergoing a trauma. You know, they took your love and they betrayed you. They left you without love. You were always, you know, the collective, the divine collective, was always struggling to manifest something because they were always taking the energy out of the womb. Hit it and quit it, shag it and tag it, pull off it for the whole of your life until you were recycled into the next freaking system. And then they, you know, they got to give everybody a damn number so that they know what soul is what, you know. That one's mine. I conquered her. Sure you did, buddy. Sure you did. Alrighty then. So hopes and fears. We've got the Chariot. So somebody's having trauma. They're getting cut out of your life and they're afraid because you are the temperance angel or you are in complete temperance. And because you are, you're in your chariot and you're going. Somebody wants to get on board your chariot. Look, man. He wants to make a small offer. This Knight of Cups in the reverse. What's the outgoing energy? Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Five of Swords. Betrayal. Competition. So, well, we're going to get more clarity there, well, aren't we? Now, these ones are waiting till the very last minute to try to snatch themselves what do they call it? They want the most powerful angelic one that is about ready to come back up into the upper realms. They want to trap them here, use that energy to then re-trap and gain the bridge or the access back. So they're about ready to make their move, and they're about ready to get countered. They're under judgment. So these people who were bringing conflict to the divine feminines are under judgment for the injustice, for all of that harvest and injustice. Nasty rat. And isn't it funny that these are men that were in competition with women? And it's been that way since the very start. They knew right away, these people, that these men, these apostles, whatever, they were supposed to protect the female apostle, and instead they betrayed her right away, sacrificed her, and then they've been going like that ever since. It's been so much fun. Mother of eternal sorrow, isn't that great? Yeah, we got judgment, and we got Page of Cups. Somebody's afraid. A page is afraid because they were casting illusions over divine feminine's mind, effing with her mind. Queen of Swords knows the truth of it. They just wanted the pentacles. They wanted this Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, not so they're getting outcast. They're getting left. Disconnected. They got to let go. They're being let go because you're coming into a new beginning and a life of luxury. And these people were fighting with you, but you're just too damn strong. They were trying to take out the freaking divine feminine, daughter of a lion. And this could be God, or this is the celestial father of the upper dimensional soprano realms, and this is his daughter. Nasty Jacks have been really torturing her for a long time. They betrayed her at the get-go, man. The celestial freaking cardinal that was here to assist these apostles guide the freaking people. And they misinterpreted what she was speaking about when she was speaking about the sun and the soul. She was speaking about the inner, S-U-N, connected to the celestial realm. She was talking about the inner soul, S-O-L, in the solar plexus. And these asshats turned it into S-O-N and S-O-U-L. And they completely skewed the freaking guidance that this cardinal, upper dimensional, soprano, celestial daughter was here to assist the people with. They completely flipped the freaking message, twisted it, and then went freaking all haywire with it. So, I guess when she started talking about the sun, they felt very small because their inner sun is very, very dim. So they trapped her here for a long, long time, and now the Hierophant is here. Look, they had her here bound to the foundation, sucking her soul dry, but she's too strong. And now the High Priest is here like, hey, and they know the truth. They know the truth. The Divine Masculine knows the truth about this death. So there's a bringing and ending here. There's a lot of death happening right now, and you're moving on. You're out of here because you were able to keep balance, High Priestess. And you know the sad thing about this is that with all of the brutality against the nervous system and the mind, she couldn't respond because to respond with like fight, to defend yourself would be to engage in battle. And the High Priestess, Empress, who is this cardinal celestial daughter, she's not here to engage in battle. She's here to guide people back to source. And these fellas had trapped the teachers because they just wanted to be rapists and whores, and they didn't want to listen to the divine feminines about their purity, their sanctity. You know what's funny is that you got these little nasty jack pimps out there. These nasty ass gigolos out there, they want to fuck the female, but they just want to destroy her at the same time. And they get on here and they talk about witchcraft because I'm using cards to help coordinate a storyline for you regarding the planetary circumstance. And they get on here and they don't know me, and they don't approve of this particular format, but they get on here and they're just needle, bitch, little bitch, little bitch, little bitch. And it's like, what the fuck are you even here for? You nasty ass. You upside down knight. You stagnated, unreliable POS. You small offer, no, Mr. Nobody. Shut your mouth. You who can't create or fucking manifest anything without latching onto the tit of a woman. Shut up. Fuck, I'm so tired of listening to you punks. They think because they're loud and they're obnoxious and they're relentless with their fucking mouth that they have some kind of a strength, you know? But they're just that nibbler, that little mouse does a lot of damage sometimes until Daddy comes home and sweeps it out. So Mr. Knight of Cups is in the reverse. He doesn't have any love. He can't manifest shit. He's disappointed, jealous. He's just a little punk, and he wants to go out there and tell every woman who can manifest, who can create, who can build a life for herself on her own without witchcraft or fucking over somebody else. You're a witch. Yes, because she out manifested you, because she out freaking performed you. You little whack job, Mr. No good for nothing out there making small fucking offers. You can't manifest shit, and it's all the woman's fault. Why? Because she won't let you suck off her tit or get her freaking energy anymore. So now all he's got is a fucking mouth. Won't stop. So, Knight of Cups in the reverse is disappointed. He's a deceitful little punk is what he is. He's very insecure, so he runs his mouth as foully as he can. And he tries to bring chaos because he wants to cover up the fact that he's a non-doer and a non-manifester. He's a deceiver. Jackass. Yeah, so watch out for this jackass. He's challenged by Magician in the reverse. He can't manifest shit. He's a deceiver, a manipulator. His magic isn't working. He has no power. He's lost connection to his love cup, his little womb space, the source of power. And he can't make his magic work. Sex magic requires a woman. I mean, they can do each other all day long, but if they don't have the womb and the access to the celestial realm, they don't have power. So the Magician, he's challenged because, yeah. His magic's not working. He's lost connection to the creatress. He cannot use her power. He's challenged because there's a breakthrough in justice. New truths are revealed. He's not a manifester. He's not a magician. He's not a creator. He cannot pass the test or satisfy the requirements for being in the celestial kingdom. He does not have celestial wisdom or ability unless he's latched on to a woman who does have it. He's a deceitful little punk. New truths are revealed. There's new ideas and breakthroughs regarding Mr. Small Offer. Get shagging it and tagging it and then claiming the female's womb of power while slandering her, belittling her, punching her out every once in a while. Mr. Small Offer. Mr. Small Offer. Deceit. He wants to make a small offer. He sees that you've got some kind of good luck coming in. He wants to come forward and make a small offer to get connected to that energy of your stability. Harvest in the recent past, a reward. Fantasy. Fantasy. They're stuck in a fantasy. You're faced with numerous choices, but some may be illusions. So, reward. Fantasy. In the past, somebody saw that you were coming into a reward. They had a fantasy over it. They were very unjust with their brutality. They're lying. Oh, excuse me, about everything they're doing. So, yeah, it's an illusion, man. They really thought they were just going to be able to take your wealth, Divine Feminine, for eternity and then just cast you out like you didn't have the freaking right to be in the celestial kingdom that you hail from. They were going to advance while you declined, and they were deceitful, punishing, brutal, tearing the flesh of women and children, and then calling themselves successful, glorious, God-worthy kings or whatever. Nasty ass. So what was done that was very unjust is being flipped around and made right. It's being made right. It will soon be restored. Balance and fairness. You worked really hard for your reward. You survived impossible trauma. God is going to make these people survive the impossible trauma that they forced upon you. And they're going to have to pay back all of that life and light, all that suffering. So I guess they're working for you now. You get the free tax money or whatever. Who knows? I think taxes are going away. The Queen Mother or the Magistrate is doing away with house taxes, and she is taxing the rich as well as the poor. And the rich are really pissed at this Magistrate. They want their tax-free life. And she's like, oh no, you're going to pay your taxes. She's taken away taxes for the homes because people, spend their whole lives buying up their home. They shouldn't have to pay for taxes to continue living there. So the injustice will be made just. We've got King of Cups here in the near future. Naivety. Naivety. They might be naive. Perhaps he fell in love or has a love for people who are naive. See, we've got innocence and then we've got naivety. So these people, these nasty jacks, have been saying that the people that are being sanctified and promoted, they're saying you're not innocent. But God's saying you are. Naivety. How you can't be charged guilty for something that you did not know you were doing wrong. These people thought that if they drove things through your mind, drove rage or anger programs with these towers through your mind, that they would be able to get you to be seen as that, you know? So while they were able to drive you into anger, into an argument, into a divorce, into whatever that is, it wasn't your choice to actually have that energetic or mental interaction. It was kind of forced upon you. So you may not be innocent of the event, but you were naive about the fact that what was happening wasn't you. The Emperor is here. Divine Masculine. Oh yeah, they're mad. They're mad about getting taxed, those big wigs. Oh, they're going to get rid of that bitch. They're so mad that she's going to be taxing them. And she's not going to be offering them hospitality. They're very, very nasty, man. The Emperor is here with the Temperance Angel. He could be a Temperance Angel. Perhaps he is restoring balance and temperance. It's not a game. And while these nasty jacks say that they prostituted the energy, maybe not the flesh, but the energy, they feel that they desecrated and defiled the energy of the Temperance Angel so badly that they're not innocent. They can't be seen as innocent. They're, you know, they're icky. He defiled them, and God's like sanctified them, because this stuff, it wasn't the arguments and the fights and the whatevers, the addictions, it wasn't like born in here. It was forced into it. So we got somebody in a Three of Swords energy here. They could be experiencing some kind of a trauma or a heartache. So alrighty then. So yeah, somebody is in grief. You know, those who betrayed you, they're heartbroken because you're restored. There's restoration and steadiness. So somebody's going to be in a trauma. The Queen Mother stated that the survival of the sons and daughters meant these people's suffering, because everything that they did to you to try to destroy your lineage, your ancestry, your celestial ancestry and ability to be a son or daughter, they're in trouble. Everything that they did to you to try to squash your light for eternity is going to happen to them. So you're experiencing restoration, and they're very, very upset about that. You're getting recharged. Energy is coming back to you. And I must say that I received even more of my song back. So at the age of 13, they sacrificed me, because by the age of 14, just a few months after summer, like every other word out of my mouth was effort. And I was a sweet little sweetheart. So they got me. So anyway, I'm getting my song back after 47 years. There is restoration. And we've got steadiness. You're laying the foundation with discipline, routine. True success requires consistency. So the new knights, the new foundation keepers, are not this. They're this. This is what we had right here, and this is what we're getting. Steady restoration by the knights, by the foundation keepers that aren't in South Node. They're not liars. They're probably very strict, considering what these people were doing to the idea and the presence of the Father. Yeah, you know, among the children and the women. So yeah, that's a bad thing. We got some stuff going on. We got some trauma. Some folks are being kicked right out of these deceivers. Yeah, balance is being restored. Well, most people that are hidden away or grew up out in the wilderness like I did, we don't know about that stuff. Especially we don't have TV or radio. We just climb trees and hike around in the forest, whatever. So yeah, we got T's restoring balance. We got harmony. Equally sacred light, sacred shadow, in balance, in harmony. Emotional abundance flows freely, bringing domestic bliss and supportive relationships. Oh, this is good. The temperance angels are balanced and they're coming together. Hope, that this is the hope. Restoration and steadiness. So yeah, you might be meeting your person now, because all these other people are going. Although this whacked out curator, that dude has been wearing a feminine personality for so long and wearing her power and upper dimensional celestial authority for so long that he's psychotic. He thinks it's his. He's so far over the edge, he refuses to let go. He's way. He thinks he owns all of the merchandise of the earth angels, which is their life force vitality, their celestial wealth. This pirate, this soul harvester, has been up there feeding on the children of the golden. Not anymore. You didn't know what was going on. The King of Cups may not have known what was going on. Maybe he sees you as naive, but maybe he sees you as naive. Like he's not teaming you guilty because you didn't realize this was happening. So while you may have had the argument and the fight and whatever, it was a driven, kind of a manipulated thing already then. So anyway, this conflict, we got this gent right here that wanted to bring a whole bunch of conflict to divine feminine is under judgment for what he's been doing to them. The eye in the sky can see clearly now through the illusion for this messed up harvest. They thought they were going to get the harvest of the soul out of the advancement, the freaking initiate rewards, the advanced knowledge, the advanced knowledge. This jackass thought he was going to get his hands on the advanced knowledge of celestial temperance angels by doing magic, which failed because he lost connection to the celestial angel that he had trapped and was utilizing for power. He had presented himself as this power and this identity, and he just never was that. So they're under judgment. You have triumphed here. You have triumphed over the illusion, and these people are heartbroken. You triumphed over the illusion, and these people are heartbroken, divine feminines, divine masculines. They're under great big judgment. Heartbroken. Yep, because the illusion is broken and you see the harsh truth about what's been going on here. The harvest, how the divine feminines and the trapped sons who have been flipped and messed up in the head and all that stuff were being harvested. So, yeah, well, somebody's heartbroken because you're coming into harvest and happiness. So you triumph over the illusionists. They're heartbroken because you're coming into your harvest and your happiness. It was a fantasy. This idea that they were going to take your harvest by being unjust or unjust, it's being flipped. No, sorry, that's not going to work this time. Absolutely not. God's not going to let you have it, deceiver. No, that ain't going to happen. God said no. Punk ass bitch, going up into that cosmic space, fucking treating everybody like they're a 2-bit prostitute, and then you claim that you're an emperor or worthy of that status when you have that mindset, that's so whacked, man. You know, King of Cups may have been naive in the beginning of this when they decided to collaborate with these fools. I don't know. But we do have naivety. King of Cups, naive. What's going on with that? He could be supporting or guiding those who are naive. Integrity. So we're moving back. Triumph over the illusion, triumph over the heartbreak. They are heartbroken because you're getting your harvest and your happiness, and you hold integrity. You're not a cheap, sleazy, bottom feeder, you know, illusionist. You're the real freaking deal. These people are so messed up. They were curious about your limitations. Maybe you're curious about your limitations and making plans. Here, we got compassion. You're being called to make a difficult decision about who you're going to collaborate with here in order to bring nurturing to, in order to nurture. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, wait, what? So there's somebody, whoever was curious about your limitations, curious about binding you. They're now what? Making plans, trying to get your empathy at the crossroads. They want to collaborate with the nurturer that they tried to bind and sacrifice in order to build their own foundation. But it looks like you're going to get an enterprise. You're getting new love with an authority figure. And it could be this emperor right here. New beginning and reward. Balance. Balance restored. A celebration. Transformation. And new leadership. Very coming in hot, coming in quickly. Persevering. Oh, this is good. This is good. Creation, man. Returning to traditional creation. Wow. And those ones who were coming after you, they're experiencing poverty because this generosity is only by invitation. They can't just come in and take it. They can't just come in and say, oh, you got this done? Let's collaborate. No. Unless you're reaching out and looking for somebody to build with, it's like invitation only. You're only giving to who you're inviting. These people of the history have been defeated. And there's excitement because there's a transition into mastery. Mastered yourself, mastered the shadow through this resilience, through this maturity. While these people were trying to hoard your wealth. Yeah, wow, man. Well, this is good. This is good. And you know what's really cool? I'll tell you. It's been about, I think, 3 days now. These people have not been able to project negative streams of thought through my mind. I have not had one angry thought move through my mind for 3 days. I've not received any mental interference. It's been pretty happy in my head. I'm very, very happy about that. That means that a solution has been effective, which means that perhaps it can be utilized widespread, right? Excellent. So this Knight of Cups is in the reverse. You know, they're jealous. They're lying about everything. They have no love in them. They're just an angry little ball of chaos. They lied. You're no longer in isolation. They lied about you. They lied about putting you in isolation. Maybe they're trying to lie to you because you're not in isolation anymore. They want to come up and be deceitful. They got cut off of your energy. They need some kind of new ideas. They want to talk to you. They want to lie to you. They want to find out your secrets. New ideas. Make your move. Their magic isn't working. They lost connection to you. You've got new ideas. You've experienced a breakthrough. You're making your move. We got small offer, or there's an opportunity. We got good luck. The wheel is turning in your favor. You're no longer isolated. They're upset. They're lying, pants on fire. They're out there just lying. You gain knowledge. You got good luck. You got all this knowledge. While they had you in this spot, look, you got all these people up there talking, and you know, they're just spitting balls and flinging shit, and you're no longer alone. So what? You're a master. You're making your move. You got the 11, number 11 there. You're the master. They no longer have connection to the master. You're making your move. You got good luck. The wheel is turning in your thing. You got knowledge. So in the recent past, these people saw your reward and they had a fantasy about taking it from you. They had a fantasy about taking it from you. They can't hear. You can't, you know, they thought that they were just going to be able to take your reward. You had a reward coming. They had a fantasy that they were going to take it. They weren't able to take it. They can't listen in on you. It was unfair. It was and justice is being served. Like whatever they got away with, 6,000 years of torture. Medieval torture devices. Wrongful mental institutionalizing, strapping down, forced sexual molestation by the doctors. Very unjust what we're doing to the people. These are, I don't know what the species these are, but they certainly were not good shepherds. So you're speaking up. You're speaking up about justice, memories. You're talking about what happened to you. And justice, whatever was not fair, is being made right. There will be justice. You're speaking up about the history. You're bringing life to what was done, and it's going to be made right. So the King of Cups, and we got naivety here, rest. Something's being laid to rest. They were naive. They were naive. They were suffering naivety. They may be naive. The card is number 38. Rest. Naivety, rest, and rejuvenate. So these people were saying that they had defiled the populace so badly that they could not be seen as innocent, that they were not worthy of advancement. Well, the King of Cups and this Emperor say otherwise. They're like, hey, it's naive. Like, they didn't try to destroy anybody. They didn't steal anybody's life. They didn't spill anybody's blood. You know, the only thing they were guilty of is being mentally driven by, you know, sorcery. So we're putting this to rest. You're resting and recovering. The naive are seen as innocent. You may have had an argument, you may have gone to jail, something may have happened, but there's been a lot of manipulation of circumstances and other people's minds who were susceptible to bring about some kind of an event in our own life that would kind of throw us off of our path. And then, you know, they made up lots and lots of stories about this kind of interference. The Emperor is here with temperance, caretaker, restoring balance, caretaker, emotional alchemy. Fiery emotions are cooling into understanding and compassion regarding the caretaker. These people had created a fantasy. They wrapped this person's mind, stole the reward, the mind, and then they started filling this space with all of this nastiness. So there is an understanding and compassion for what has been going on, what has been forced into the mind of divine feminines when they were trapped in this space. They just pummeled your brain, your poor little brain, with this, and they lied and lied and lied and lied. These people who hate you, but they smile in the face and they say, "Oh, I like this one. Oh," and then they get really excited because they want to feed on it. They call it an appetizer. Anytime they come across an energy like that, that's what the gas lighting and love bombing thing is. They're so enamored by the energy, and they know they can get a profit off it because they have this black hole soul they got to feed, and they can get, you know, shekels for feeding their god or whatever. Anyway, we got Three of Swords, trauma. Somebody, whoever betrayed you, is in a trauma. We're restoring and recharging the area here. Steady laying of a new foundation. We got past lives. Past lives. You may have stayed consistent in past lives. The two of you may have separated, and these guys may have said, well, she's malice, she's vengeance, he's malice, he's vengeance. But neither of you went to war until God said, okay, you do love me, and then brought you together and laid it on, man. Now you're laying it on. You're bringing about harmony. You're bringing about, you're perfectly in temperance. It's not like you're not destroyers. What you are is creators. Like, you can manifest entire infinite spaces with the power of your mind. Being an original organic human being, man, these people were trying to destroy that powerful mind, then replace it with the AI, whatever. Isn't that something? The past. So there's no more past. No more past. The past lives are over. We're not repeating the past anymore. You're not repeating the past anymore. You've got supportive relationships, harmony, complete temperance. You're in your chariot. You got a victory over this mess. The two of you can come together now. God said, yes, you love him. You're not out here trying to destroy anything or overcome God. These people tried to say that you wanted to overtake the celestial realms, and that isn't the case at all. These nasty ass jacks were identity thieving people and going up there and harvesting the soul, the inner light out of the children, zeroing out and replacing them, doing all that. They accused the temperance angel caretaker of wanting to do that. They projected their own desire onto this person, this female, and then booted her out. And then they did what they accused her of doing. Well, she was able to survive. And you got this emperor here with the temperance angel, the caretaker. They're both here together. And they're restoring. They are steadily restoring what these jerks had undid in past lives. So we're not repeating the past. This is it. This is a final reset. So those who are bringing conflict to divine feminines are under judgment for what they have done here. You have triumphed over the illusion, and they are heartbroken that you are actually coming into your reward of happiness because you kept your integrity. You didn't become vengeful, malicious. You didn't want to destroy. You didn't want to drop bombs or do any of that stuff. You absorbed the pain and the brutality of it without responding. I did once, and my crown opened up and I heard, "You're defiling yourself," and I just cried. And so from that moment on, I had to take the assault without responding. And I had to stop crying because they got off on my tears. So I really had to completely adjust without actually turning off my ability to feel, you know? So it was wild, man. So, all right then. So you kept your integrity. You are beings of integrity. You didn't want to go and hurt anybody to gain an advancement. You absorbed all of that nasty energy, that death energy, that destroyer energy. You became a master alchemist. You became that master temperance angel. You did not become vengeance or malicious behaviors like these people did. They're out there dropping bombs, eliminating entire countries or regions of people, and they were blaming it on this feminine here and her partner, emperor. But that was a lie, and God sees very clearly now everything that was done. We got masks, devils in a mask. You kept your integrity when you were dealing with these devils in a mask. A whole freaking circle. Look, we got the circle of the sun. We got boundaries. Boundaries. So there's a circle within the sun and boundaries and forgiveness. Secret guard. So there's forgiveness. Like, you get to come home, I guess. And there are boundaries here for masks. So there's forgiveness in the secret garden. There's a circle surrounding you. The sun, you have been proven innocent. You've got a rebirth, and there's boundaries for the masks. Because they weren't very nice. The divine feminine has been forgiven because she earned her wings, her nighttime wings, and her robes down here in the shadows, down here collecting all the little lights flying around. Where is the children? Where is the children? Gathering them all up. And now, because of your strength, you're able to come up out of that. There's forgiveness, and the children are safe now. Just so you know, that's what they said. Things are falling apart for these people. And when it fell apart for you, you got in touch with Mother Nature. You rewrote your mind with love. You got this huge love. You are love. And these people, these nasty asses of the shadow, left you stranded. Why? Because they kept sacrificing you into the shadow for attack, covering you in the blame and the shame and the energy of their sin, and then leaving you there to get attacked so that they could take the abundance of the high priestess temperance angel. Well, that's not happening anymore because you were able to stay innocent and balanced, and you share. Everybody appreciates you, has an appreciation. Everybody has an appreciation for your patient creativity. You're protected, and you are protected, yeah. These gatekeepers and able to keep you asleep and silent, well, that was fleeting, okay? This magician that had done the sleeping spell on you, or the curse, they're uneasy because the healer is restoring joy to the community. And these people, these shape-shifting reptilians or whatever the hell they are very low vibrational, and you're bringing back the gold that they have been siphoning out of the territory and the wealth. So you're restoring love, happiness, the golden energy, the high frequency. These nasty asses, they have no love. They have no deceit. I mean, they are deceit. They can't trap you. Somebody may have lied about having you trapped. Well, there's a community of teachers protecting you now from death. Could be that they're inspired by you. Your ability to alchemize death, to transmute death into that powerful emerald heart. Love. These people really didn't think you had it in you, but they were the ones who could not see it. You tried to teach them thousands of years ago, and they could not see it. And they were very resentful because they couldn't understand what you were saying, even though it was keep it simple, stupid. Some people are just too clever for their own damn good. So you're no longer isolated. This person doesn't have any love in them. They're deceitful. They're lying. They lied about you. They lied about keeping you isolated. Oh, and they're feeling like shit. So somebody's being deceitful about keeping you isolated. Or maybe the person who lied on you is feeling like shit because you're no longer trapped. They don't have your energy anymore. And you're bringing forth new ideas and you're making your move. You're about ready to flip the tables. The tables have turned. You're the master, number 11. And they don't have access to your energy anymore, or your gifts, or the celestial wisdom and power. She has no idea how powerful. Come on, man. You're the deceiver, brutalizer, dominator, tyrant who doesn't care about wiping out entire swaths of people, destroying land and plants and everything. Yeah, they're effed up over you now. You're making your move. You're making your move. You got new ideas. So their magic isn't working anymore. They got disconnected from you. They can't manifest without you. You've experienced a breakthrough. You're bringing through truths about what they've been doing, this deceitful crap. You're making your move and they're effed up over you. Whatever this is, the mental stuff, it's all coming back on them. The entities that got inside people's bodies, these parasitical principalities, partying, running up and down the spine, right up into the celestial realms, having a gay old freaking time. Woo, baby. Yeah, now they're inside of them. Feeding. They're feeling like shit because you have an opportunity and you're getting good luck. You have knowledge here. You have knowledge about the Mr. Shag it and tag it, hit it and quit it, draining the rainbow chakra covenant, siphoning or pilfering the spiritual identity, and then just having a fucking field day, a gluttonous feed fest on the children of this upper celestial realm, pilfering identities, zeroing out the value of souls. Yeah, these people are whacked, man. Fuckers in every way, for sure, man. So in the past, they saw your reward. They had a fantasy of taking it. They cast illusions about you. They hexed and cursed your crown so that you wouldn't receive your messaging. And then they side hustled you. They side hustled your energy. They prostituted the energy of somebody that they had siphoned a reward out of. Cast a lot of illusions in your mind, side hustled your energy. It was an injustice, extreme, and now it will be made right. Justice is being served. You were speaking up. Life is coming forward from you. You speak color into a dead world. You touch, and things turn to gold and start sprouting this magnificent life. These people, these dead men, these gigolos, were just feeding, fucking and feeding and fucking and feeding. Gluttonous cowards blowing shit up with their technology, trying to keep everybody in this infant stage of freaking sleepiness. Yeah, there's a lot of them out there doing that. So you're speaking up about the memories of them sacrificing you over and over and over again. Your spirit self knows how many times they've done it. Who did it? It's going to be made right. King of Cups there's this naivety. And we've got rest. You might be getting some rest. Somebody's being laid to rest. Detached. So those who had cast these illusions, these spells, these fantasies over the naive minds, the children's minds, the King of Cups has emotional intelligence regarding what they've been doing to the naive ones. Those who were innocent and they trusted these people when they signed on the dotted line the contracts, or they made these agreements or whatever, and they got themselves ghosted. Yeah, well, it's back on them now. Everybody that did that to the naive ones, that led them in with this deceit to sacrifice their harvest by convincing them that, hey, you got talent, babe, look, just let's come on in. And yeah, so you're gonna get a whole string of good luck going on there. And whoever this person was that was sacrificing naive people, or those people that believed them when they spoke words of love. Yeah. They're being ghosted. It's their turn to get ghosted now. God said that this curator and everybody that participated in this trafficking, blood ritual, sacrificing, identity theft, needless, gluttonous feeding on souls, lives, they reduced us to personalities and while wearing our identities, fucker. It's the personality that fuels the soul, you dumbass. It's constantly evolving into the identity that never stops growing and that you can never, ever fucking perfect because it's in constant creation mode. They've been sitting there running a freaking script from thousands of years ago on people and then running the script through their minds and holding them in that stagnation of suffering. I'm sure you would there, Mr. Benji. Sweet talk. Emperor is there with the Temperance Angel. Caretaker could be sweet talk. They might be talking. We got the Three of Swords, trauma, heartbreak. There's restoration here. The foundation is being laid by the new foundation keepers. We got past lives of you being separated from your person by these nasty jacks. Pastor wants something. Fucking creep. That's the kind of priest we don't, or that's bullshit. So people who kept you separated in past lives are running. They're running. Of course, they need a harvest. You're in your chariot. You've got a victory over these low vibrational, evil sorcerers. A restoration of harmony is here. Domestic bliss. You're not going to be repeating the past. They're not going to be on the GPS. So the past is not being invited on this GPS. You're going to be able to have harmony. You're going to be able to trust it. It's going to be taken care of. These nasty asses that are wanting to come out and have these pastors want to have a passionate Bible study. Yeah, I bet you do, pastor. Fucking Sunday night service of sacrifice. Fucker. So we got Five of Swords, conflict. They're under judgment for what they've been doing to the women, for sacrificing them and being deceitful, keeping them isolated, keeping them ensnared, keeping them trapped, trying to say they weren't worthy of being in heaven because every fucking woman turned out to be a prostitute. Yeah, nasty ass. Sure, you asshole. Uh-huh. It's all seen very clearly. Centuries and lifetimes of torture at the hands of these illusionists, casting stories using the energy of their victims. 'Cause, 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 'cause So they're under judgment. You have triumphed over the illusion. They're heartbroken. You're getting your reward of happiness because you maintained your integrity. There is forgiveness. You're enfolded within the rainbow covenant. Your soul is back online in the secret garden. You're in the secret garden. You're coming into the secret garden. You're healing. You're bringing temperance to it. You're surrounded by a circle of the sun, a rebirth. You could be at the circle of the sun, a rebirth of the sun. You got boundaries and protection regarding these mask wearers. Spiritual gifts, because of your spiritual gifts, you're able to set boundaries, like spiritual boundaries. You're the caretaker. You've got this celestial wisdom. Now these jackasses, they stole the power without the knowledge. They didn't have the knowledge, and while they saw you as a female who happened to be young, a very high value upper dimensional wisdom keeper with great ability, these nasty asses said, you're just a girl, and we're going to rape, and we're going to call you a prostitute, and we're going to take your gifts and your power and your house and your man, bitch. And that's exactly what they've been up there doing. It's exactly what they've been up there doing. Those who have been playing with other people's blood, binding people with that kind of crap, they're getting arrested. They have no credit with the twin flames. They owe a big debt. They have a big debt to the twin flames that they've been siphoning and wearing the identity of for centuries. Those people that were getting readings and then going out and getting romance with others feel like a jackass. The whole family feels like a jackass. Because look, the person they replaced you with, it's not you. The person they said they married isn't you. And you're no longer down here in isolation. You popped up. It's like, hello, who's this bitch that's been living in your identity for the last 6,000 years while you get brutalized and tortured and raped by these fuckers that he's pimping you out to? Having a fucking time. Mr. Gigolo, bitch. Yeah, now everything's gonna happen to you and your floozy, your little wifey. Yes. Everything that happened to your wife is gonna happen to your floozy side hustler. Sacrificing wives for profit and a step up. Yes, darling. Contracts are being done. Redone. Dumb bitches. I really can't stand you dumb bitches. Look, they're getting blocked. Funeral. Identity thieves getting blocked. Funeral. They have no inner wealth. They're not producing any energy. They're feeding and then running around like a really fucking pissed off angel. Well, how dare you tell me I'm not an angel? How dare you tell me I'm not connected? Well, you're not. They were connected to somebody who was, and they were living a fantasy while fucking everybody over. Happily. Going in the funeral. Going in the funeral. They're dying. They're dying. They're dying. Of course, they want to come and get these females in the 3D, and they want to do the transfer and all of that good stuff, you know. These men, these professional competitors against women. And then you're up there talking about trans, you know, competing in women's sports and stuff. And it's like, excuse me, you asshole. You've been competing with women for 6,000 years. You had them RAPE'd by bulls in the freaking Roman theater or whatever the hell. You had them eaten alive. You had all these. Stop. You principalities and rotting corpses. I wonder if their phallus is rotting off yet without this energy. How are they going to keep it from decomposing? I listened to a song about a woman. She sang one time about the girls that were just made of clay. And, you know, they have to have sex in order to gain energy. Otherwise, they grow maggots in their pee-pee and stuff. And these men are out there having sex with this stuff. And it's like, damn, what a life, right? You gotta have a lot of sex in order to draw forth the energy you need to keep yourself from rotting. That's sad. So Knight of Cups is in the reverse. There's no love in this dude at all. He's a deceiver. He's a deceiver, and he's feeling like shit because you're no longer isolated and people can hear you, people can see you, and they can't stop you. They're very mad. They really want to hurt this person. The investigator, they're feeling like shit. You're no longer in isolation. You've investigated. You're bringing forth everything that you heard while they had you down there suffering. You brought it all back up with you. Now they're effed up over you because it gave you new ideas. They got disconnected from your magic. They can't manifest any damn thing. You made a breakthrough. You made your move and it was a miracle. They're effed up over you because you made your move and it was a miracle. They're all effed up over you. You broke through. You broke through and now God sees the truth. So you're getting an opportunity. The wheel is turning in your favor because you brought forward the knowledge of these pimps, these gigolos, these rapists, these freaking human traffickers who have been accusing women of being prostitutes. You can't molest a little girl and then convict her of being a prostitute at the end of her days, man. You guys are just nasty. And now God sees exactly what you are. Illusionist, really bad, malicious, mean people. They can't even be human. They can't. They're not glorious, golden, celestial beings. They simply don't have the heart for it. Or the mind. Found a hidden truth. The hidden truth is that these people were prostituting everybody and they didn't want to marry them. They didn't want to support them. They knocked them up so that they could drain the wealth out of that child's celestial bank account as well. These are thieves in the worst fucking heinous way. The fact that they're running around in a man's suit, they're actually have the audacity to step before a public audience and present themselves as anything other than what they are. Sacrificers. War. Take the men out, spill their blood in the field, and then the women and the children are theirs. Woo! Yeah, baby. And they get everybody freaking addicted so that the light goes out inside of them. This reckless sex, just make it feel better, make it go away. And they just messed everybody up so bad. They saw your reward. They had a fantasy of taking it. They blocked your crown. They misinterpreted the messaging and they side hustled your energy. Encounter. A side hustler, encounter. We got injustice is going to be made just. You're speaking up. You're turning everything to life. In the history, you're speaking up about the history of these sacrifices, about getting left on red, about getting sacrificed. Somebody, a side hustler, coming up, trying to make an encounter so that they could get a sacrifice and side hustle the energy for profit. Mr. Lazy fucking whore fucking his cash cow, and then side hustling her suffering energy while he laughs at her suffering. Oh, dude, you are going to experience exactly how it felt. The injustice is going to be made just. We've got lots of people speaking up about the memories of it. King of Cups, naive, he may not have known. He may not have known about you being laid to rest and ghosted, being single. Maybe this King of Cups is naive or was naive, and now he's being laid to rest, ghosted, and he's going to go through life being single. The Emperor is here with the Temperance Angel, who is the caregiver. We got sweet talk and drinks. I don't know. Sweet talk and drinks. We got Three of Swords, trauma, restoration, withdraw and recharge. We got laying the foundation, and those people who kept you and your person separate from in past lives are running. They're running. We've got communication with the apple. The apple is communicating. The daughter of the celestial realm is communicating. I speak in singular, but there are many. So take it as it resonates for you. You're speaking. There's communication from the apple. People are running. They know who you are. The rose has been sacrificed to send justice. They've had you wrapped up here for a long, long time. You kept your balance. You got a victory over it. You're restoring harmony. We're not repeating the past. We're not doing that pathway again. So you're bringing domestic bliss, supportive relationships. We're not going to repeat the past pathway, GPS. It's going to be silent, quiet. There's no fake telepathy. We're going to have natural talent. So you either have the ability to meditate and pick up on sacred knowledge with that natural connection, or you're in process of making it happen. No more faking it with this Wi-Fi freaking fake voice to skull satellite crap, man. This fake interference. That was a bitch to move through. Spiritual gifts, firm. So in this conflict, we got these men are under judgment for what they've been doing to the divine feminine. You've triumphed over the illusion. They're heartbroken. You're getting your reward of happiness. You maintained your integrity. There is forgiveness. You've got the rainbow covenant in the secret garden. There is a circle. You're surrounded by a circle of protection. You've been reborn. You're the daughter of the sun, a celestial sun. You've got boundaries here. You set boundaries. You've setting boundaries with your spiritual gifts regarding the devils wearing mask wearers. You're necessary. Your skills and your knowledge are necessary. Now, these ones say, oh, I had to. She had a bad attitude. Well, look, man, you know what? People need to learn communication skills. These dominator tyrants, they have no desire or skill to actually communicate and debate and compromise with anybody. They don't want to see the wisdom in somebody that looks younger, but has a very high vibrational, grand soul. Eternity, wisdom, eternal, infinite. And these low vibrational a-holes that you were here to try to carry up, they decided they were going to drag you down and claim that they had done the work by siphoning it out of you. No, you got boundaries to the mask wearer devils. You setting boundaries to that. You know who they are, you know what they're doing, and you are firm as all get up on that. You're like, you will stay away from the soul in the family, in the belly of this family. You're going to stay away from it. No more. And the problem is that this was known long time ago. And when this was stated, they destroyed this woman, accused her of being a prostitute, while they then started sacrificing and replacing and prostituting actual celestial beings, while overtaking and gender altering the actual celestial masculines to turn them into their bitch. They really liked it. You're going to be reconciled here soon. And those people who used connections, relationships, sacred union to make profit, to kill and steal from these upper dimensional soprano realms, there's law and order. Justice is going to be served. You found the core of the problem, this past forgotten person. There could be photographic evidence of lies. The empty room. You were never in that. There's end of the opportunity. This snake doing this pictures, prostitution, end of opportunity. They're being let go, and they got to let you go. This is divine timing. They are going to be in eternal regret for fucking around with the finances and the wealth of the inner child of gold, the golden child, the chalice. These people are in trouble. These people are in trouble, man. They messed with the chalice, and the chalice is a person. The chalice was the cup that was here from the celestial realm to pour into the world. And these nasty asses sacrificed the chalice, replaced the chalice with a false identity, and then used it as a bridge and a connector into the celestial realm so that they could then start sacrificing people in that realm. Down, down, down. Yeah, they've been doing it for thousands of years, and they finally got busted. Why? Because you were able to evolve to break on through to the other side and to let the truth be known about this freaking illusion. Oh, they were all in on it. They thought that this was the greatest thing ever. They could just treat women like whores. They could beat them up, burn them up, red rum them, torture them, treat them like an animal, side hustle their energy, tell the celestial family that they were nothing, no good, cast the illusion with their own energy, their own gifts, their own everything, their own power. Man, it really worked because the energy is very potent. Now they're feeling like shit because you're no longer isolated and you've done the investigative work. They've been talking about Jehovah's Witness. These nasty asses that never really loved Divine Feminine, they've just been shagging it and tagging it and then playing the game. Playing the game. Congratulations. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the game, darling. Are you having fun now? So they never really loved women. They always betrayed them and chose somebody else. Why? Because they wanted to get a new life. You thought you were getting a new life with somebody, but it was just so that they could shag it and tag it and get access to your celestial status, your identity, so that they could give a low vibrational Jezebel your identity, your beautiful celestial identity, while they kept you down here and treated you like a prostitute. So there's a miracle here. Their magic isn't working anymore. They can't plug into you. You've broke on through to the other side. They're effed up over you. You're making your move. It's a miracle. They can no longer obsess over you. You're not obsessed over them. They can't follow you around. They're getting cut off. There's no unhealthy attachment. You're no longer alone. They don't have you trapped anymore. You made your move. You're out of there. You're getting an opportunity. The wheel is turning in your favor. You've discovered the treasure. You are the treasure. You've discovered the hidden truth about this no strings attached, hit it and quit it, freaking rainbow chakra, covenant, pilfering, identity theft, and all this other stuff. You've gained a whole bunch of knowledge about it, about these people leaving you in the void, silencing you, hitting and quitting it, and then silencing you, wrapping your crown, siphoning your energy, dimming your light, so that the celestial realm couldn't see you. So they saw your Seven of Pentacles and they had a fantasy of getting it. So they wrapped your crown and side hustled your energy. We've got an encounter here. Meet by chance. Blocked AF. Side hustle your energy. You had an encounter coming up. So yeah, they wrapped your crown. They siphoned your energy, and then they made sure that your person that you were to encounter wasn't going to be able to see you. Blocked AF. They blocked them with your own energy. That was very unjust. They ghosted you. They sacrificed you. I was living at the age of 13. I lived 12 miles from the nearest town, which was also about 10 miles from the other town, which was also about 50 miles from Portland. So I was way out in the woods, and nobody knew me except for the telepaths. When they heard me singing that summer out in the forest, they sacrificed me, and man, my life went to shit for the next 47 years. Oh, it's all coming back on them now, and all of the other lifetimes too. I am looking forward to this nasty ass rat bastard being quiet. I'm so sick of listening to privileged thieves and rapists demanding that they own you, Rose. I own that energy. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. That's my identity. It's my identity. Well, no, it's not. Rose, you're just a hoe. Bloke. Yeah, the Rose's soul came back online. If anybody tries to encounter you, they're going to get ghosted. They're going to lose their life. If anybody tries to come into your energy, they will lose their life. This Emperor's not playing around here with this caretaker of this garden. She is absolutely necessary. The energy that this person holds is necessary to heal the planet. God is here with the Rainbow Covenant, and he's like not playing. Anybody coming around trying to play naive is going to get laid to rest and ghosted. Yeah, anybody coming around here, anybody who gaslighted this woman, who left her there, who fucked with her head, who ghosted her over and over and over again, they said it wasn't about reciprocation. It's about they sacrificed this person so many times when she had already been so generous with them. They kept killing her. Getting off on it, man. They're sick in the fucking head. They twisted the truth about you and said you were single because you couldn't hold it together. You're insane. You're a slob. You're this, you're that. And next thing you know, 60 years go by and you're dead. Another lifetime comes by, and then somebody comes along and, tortures you to death, and over and over and over, and they get off on it. They like trying to stab skewers into our consciousness right now, and they're doing it. Oh, the shit that's coming back on these people is incredible. Incredibly painful. They want us to feel sorry for them. These people who want the glow, but they hate you. They call you a hoe. They want to come in and drain the identity and the covenant that they did not qualify for. And they want to take your light and give it to this other gal over there. You can't have relations with these jackasses in this scenario. So we got the Emperor has understanding about this temperance angel, this caregiver. Sweet talk, drinks. Some sweet talker over drinks had a conversation, a verbal exchange, and then harvested this person. All it takes is a conversation, they say. But I don't think you drink anymore. Unseen, rejected. They're getting unseen and rejected now. Heartbroken. There's restoration and steadiness. These people that kept you and your person apart in past lives are running. And we've got communications from the apple. Block and bless. Block and bless. No contact. Nobody's going to be, you're going to leave this apple alone. Stay out of the energy. Right now, I got somebody trying to poke me with a skewer in the back of my head right here. This has been happening for a couple of days because the nasty asses have lost access to my mind. Fucker. And they're trying desperately to get back in because these piss poor pissants don't have access to anything of value without a celestial daughter or a son. Dumbass. Anybody, yeah, so these people from past lives are running. They might be trying to run to you. Oh, they fucked up. They might be trying to message the apple, but any messages coming is going to be blocked and blessed. See, they're trying to get into the mind. They're trying to get into this fake telepathy, this voice to skull, their little rods of steel into the fucking receiver of our transmitter receiver freaking communications system. Yeah, they love poking us with this shit. And may it all come back on. I would love to jam one of these big ass things into their fucking little robot mind. I like to jam it right in their damn CPU and destroy their fucking memory disk. Pissant. Fucking loser. So, yeah. They're running now. Those people who kept you apart from your person is running because we got people bringing restoration. It's pest control, bitch. And these masculine pimp, gigolo, rapist whores are nothing but fucking pests. Rats. Raping, fucking, stealing, blowing shit up, calling themselves gods, and oh my God is the best. Fuck off. They don't have anything to do with the living. It's all about raping, pillaging, stealing, and blowing shit up and commanding. Yeah, whatever. They didn't conquer the sun. The sun is going to come down here and fucking annihilate these pieces of shit for raping virgins so they can't go home. Prisoners of war. Bitch. Did you like that? You got the chariot here, you're moving forward, you got a victory, you're restoring harmony, you're not going to repeat the past pathway. You're silencing these asshats. They're going silent and they're very, very mad and they're trying to tap into those who have actual frequency. They don't have it. They don't have source connection. They're losing their skills. If they had any talent, they're losing it. You gave them everything, and now they're losing it. They are getting kicked out of the council house that is yours and source. These fuckers from past lives, hitting it, quitting it, shagging it, tagging it, sacrificing it, gain, ladder. Ooh, I'm a golden boy. Yeah, fucker, I bet you are. The love was unreturned. You cannot help them. They have burned the bridge. They're going to get the fuck out of that celestial kingdom. They're going to stop fucking the children and they're going to stop feeding on the inner son of this celestial family. These low vibrational Cajun ape and fuck it whenever they want because they're animals. They burned the bridge. It was control. They were binding everyone. Cruelty. And now it's your glow up time. It's your glow up time. It wasn't love. It was control. And it's your glow up time. This nasty ass is not going to get shit from you. What he's going to get is he's going to get suffering. A lot of it, because it wasn't just you that he was sacrificing and fucking and stealing from and laughing. It was everybody. You know, a powerful man who goes around and fucking tries to destroy people isn't a powerful man at all. He's just a bully, a punk. A powerful man has the ability to completely annihilate everything and doesn't. Chooses to give it an opportunity, dumbasses. You have no fucking power or authority. It wasn't love. It was toxic. And it was never ending. It was never ending. But now you see the truth of it. And they've lost you. The tea is cold. It's like, get on down the road. You're choosing yourself. You're keeping your own glow. They deleted you. They bound you while trying to delete you. And now they're going to fuck off. Burn the bridge. Get gone. Don't ever fucking talk to Divine Feminine again. Or Divine Masculine, you cornholio bitch. Fuck off. You didn't want connection. You didn't want connection. And that's sad because, cornholio, you didn't have the sun inside of you. The key was not yours. The key is the roses that you sacrificed over and over and over again, unjustly. Thousands of years, thousands of lives of torturous deaths, man. They got off on it. They got off on it. And now it's their turn. There's big boogeyman out there. Waiting for you. So Knight of Cups is in the reverse. He's a deceiver, feeling like shit because you're no longer in isolation. You've investigated everything while they had you trapped there. They betrayed you. This third-party enemy was using trapped women and casting illusions about them, replacing them with Jezebel lookalikes, and using their initiate reward that they gained through suffering to gain status, while they knocked you back down for your peasantry, your commonry. Oh, these people are pissed because you made it back up. And you know what? They calling you a commoner. And the problem is you were never a fucking commoner. They stole everything from you and then said you were that. The wealth is coming from inside of you. The wealth is coming from inside of you. These pieces of shit don't have this. They don't have it. They don't have it. They can't be in this place that they claim to be conquerors of. They don't have the gold, and they will never have the gold again. You rotten, decomposing principality. I can't believe people actually follow around these rotting corpses and obey their command like they actually have a right to command the living anyway. Yeah, so the clouded memory, this dude rejected you and they were starting to dump in all of their nasty thoughts. Their karmic thoughts, their thoughts of hate, their thoughts of rage, their thoughts of anger, their thoughts of, whatever. They were putting in their own personality, their own rage, their own hate, their own whatever, their own disrespect for mother. They own everything into you while they were extracting out your celestial line. They lost their connection to the magician, who is the celestial daughter. You got new ideas. You broke through. They're fucked up over you. You're making your move. The tables are flipped. They're no longer able to obsess over you. There's no unhealthy attachment here with anybody. They cannot keep you. You have no unhealthy attachment to anyone here. Any contract that may have been here, any sacrificed cord or ownership that they felt that they had with you because they stuck a knife in it. Yeah, there's no contract. And you're no longer fighting what used to scare you. It's a miracle. So you stopped fighting and you transformed. And there's no more attachment. You grew. You outgrew your antagonizer. So you're getting an opportunity. The wheel is turning in your favor. You have knowledge of the no strings attached F-Fest that they were using to tap the Rainbow Covenant. These people, yeah, the no strings attached, the sacrifice, the no response, nobody could hear you, nobody wanted to talk to you, you were talking out there, nobody wanted to talk to you because they stuck all their shit into you. Their memories, their energy, their sleazeball activity of the environment, the hidden things. We got door of no return. Some awakenings change everything. You won't be able to go back, and that's the point. You're not going back. The wheel is turning. You're out of here. They can't keep you. You're taking all that glow, all that energy, and you're going. God said that the sun shall never show for them again, meaning you're out of here. And it doesn't matter what they do to try to reconnect with you. God's not going to let them have the energy of this family. Not one bit of it is going to be back. They're done. They have lost their batteries. Even if they were to do a 3D red rumming thing, the soul is safe. These people will never, ever, ever capture any fucking body as a battery ever again. They're done. If they have the intention of doing something like that, they're probably going to get instant karma, and it will happen to them. They're going to get ghosted. If this person, if this King of Cups comes in and tries to attack a naive person, to lay them to rest, to ghost them, it's going to happen to him. It's going to happen to him. He's going to experience everything that happened to this woman. He's going to have to be single. He's going to get gaslighted, twisted the truth. Oh, velvet ending. Violent. It's violent. Blocked AF, violent ending. Oh, yes, yes. They're going to get blocked AF. Any encounter that this side hustler, any encounter that this side hustler attempts to make with a divine feminine or any fucking buddy, this person's going to be alone forever. This side hustler of divine beings that filled the minds of divine beings with this fantasy while they fucked around in their home, their celestial home, wearing their, yeah, they're getting blocked AF. And it's going to be violent. If this side hustler attempts to encounter a divine being, not only are going to get blocked AF, they're going to get violent response. The curator is starting to hear his own team scream. Ghosted. They ghosted you, left you hanging, rosed you. This is 3 sacrifices in the same freaking space. How they were coming by, like a pair would come by, sacrifice you one month, and then another month. Oh, I need an extra little bit out of this bitch's bank account. So they'd come by and stick you, and then get that little extra. How many freaking knives did our beautiful little angels lay down for her in order to help these assholes, while we in our 3D space were having everything taken from us by these no good for nothing gigolo fucking rapists? The barriers have fallen. You've unlocked, your soul came back online, okay? And you've unlocked the barriers. The ghost of you came back online. These people, they're not even people. They're not even animals. They cannot be an animal. They got to be a straight up fucking demon wearing a man's face and a woman's face. Because these principalities don't care what gender of container they inhabit. They don't care who they have sex with. That's why they tried to train humans to feel that way, to be that way. They have no values. They're just energy harvesting whores. That's it. They have no values, no morals, no ethics, no desire to lead anybody into the celestial realm unless they're assuming the position, and you can't go unless I say you can. Unless you let me have that ass so many times, I'll give you a little treat. Yeah, this is what they are. They don't belong in that space. That's not what upper dimensional masculines are. That's not what their females are either. These people have no right to that knowledge, that energy, that position. Yeah. So you got soft armor and you're following the lucid pathways. You might be out there going throughout the realms, and clarity. You might be sharing clarity. So you got soft armor. You're just this beautiful soul. You're an ancient soul. You have a container that appears young, but you're an ancient, infinite soul. And these nasty ass jacks, you know, they're into PDF filing, and they underestimated your power and your reach because they're stupid. So you brought new clarity to the false prophet, the script writer, the interferer in other people's soul map and purpose. You've got the hearts are aligned. So there's the return of hearts aligned, and you could be in between worlds right now, light left on. So you and your person are in between worlds, connected, and you could be coming together here soon. So the King of Cups, we got naivety, laid to rest, ghosted, and left you single, gaslighted, manipulated, doubting yourself, twisted the truth, thread of gold, in order to get the thread of gold. Oh, this person is in trouble. This is the near future. King of Cups, naive, detached, ghosted, laid to rest, single, gaslighted, manipulated, twisted truth, thread of gold, don't understand it. Emperor, temperance angel, caretaker, sweet talking, drink, and then rejected. So somebody had a verbal exchange over drinks, got tapped into that mental body, and then rejected. They took the glow with a simple exchange, verbal exchange. There wasn't even any sexual activity. It was just they came in, took the glow after sweet talking you, and then gave that glow to their actual devil friend, Jezebel friend, their partner. And so they're going backwards now. Healing doesn't always look like growth. Sometimes it looks like stillness. And the pull, the magnetic draw isn't random. Something is meant to meet you. So you have healed. You could have healed what was behind you. Whoever rejected you is going backwards. Whoever unchose you has to go back and do whatever. Magnetically being drawn. They're going to get drawn out. So the Emperor is here with the Emperor is here with the temperance caregiver, right? Of the secret garden. Rainbow Covenant. The sweet talker that had a verbal exchange and then transferred your glow to this other whatever. They're going backwards. They're going backwards. You're not. It's the lens that's being looked through. He can see this. He can see this King of Pentacles came to a naive person, ghosted them, laid them to damn rest, kept them isolated, gaslighted, and twisted the truth about them in order to gain a thread of gold, in order to gain access to the celestial golden realm. They stole the gold, hoping that you would go backwards. It's been going on, and it's been happening a long time. And now we've got the pull. We got a magnetic draw. Magnetic draw. These people are being separated out because we're restoring things here. Ooh, thank you for the donation. Thank you. Restoration and its steady laying of the new foundation. These people who kept you separated from your twin flame in past lives are running because the apple is out here in communication. And it's block and bless. These people can't do anything. Cave of Echoes. They're trying to communicate telepathically with this temperance. They're not able to. Their mind is protected. Their mind is fortified. The apple, their mind and their communications are protected. We got a vanishing point. Ooh, you might be a vanishing. There might be like a boo. Some endings are beginnings of disguise. These people are running. Yeah, they should run because your divine masculine is not just any old divine masculine. This is the one who gives a rainbow covenant. This could be God. You gave them everything, and now they're going silent. We have a letter that is open. You opened a letter. You opened a letter. You finally opened a letter. You gave them everything. They drained you of your talent. Thank you, Dara. Thank you. Yeah, so those people are going to be silent with their talent. So those people, we're not going to repeat the past with these people causing, so we're not repeating the past pathway where people with talent were silenced, sacrificed and silenced. No, we're not going to do that. While everything was taken from them. We're not doing that. There is a vanishing point here coming up very, very soon. We could all be going skybound. I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited. Open ending. I'm ready. I'm ready. This conflict, man, they're under judgment for what they've been doing to the divine celestial daughters. You can't molest little girls at the age of 2 or 4 or what the hell ever and then convict them for being a prostitute. This is just so freaking deceitful and scum. It's such a scum thing to do. I cannot believe that men exist with this mindset. It's so sickening. It's just so sick to me. It's like, it's so sick, and this has been going on for so long, and the men that are here, they know that it's been going on, and they haven't done a damn thing. It's like they all hopped on the freaking bandwagon and said, oh, this is a fuck fest, it's fun. You know, let's just mess up the minds of the women. It's so fun. And it's like, what? No. I don't know who's leaving, but we got restoration and a steady foundation, and it could very well be, you know, some people are saying that they're leaving. I don't know how quantum leaps and timelines and planetary circumstances, I mean, it could just, dimensional hops and timeline shifts, it could very well appear as though nothing has changed and yet everything has. I mean, I don't know what this separation looks like, but you're choosing you. They burned the bridge to this upper celestial thing. They're trying to skewer me in my damn head with a rod. They're like, oh, I know the first thing I'm going to do to her. Yeah, because they still, that's all they ever say, you know. Trap and traffic, harm, hurt, hurt. Is she crying? Is she crying? Is she crying? Ew. Yeah, it's just a freaking glory for these people, man, to cause fear and terror in people. Well, it's a good thing they like that kind of stuff, because God's going to give it back to them. You spilled the bottle. You say it doesn't matter, but part of you is still bleeding. And it is. It's been thousands of years. You know, you probably got trauma in every freaking cell of your memory. And even though it's been alchemized, you know, it's weird because you alchemize trauma and all this weird insanity that they try to get people institutionalized for. You have to alchemize the energy of it. And while you can bring temperance to it, the stuff lives there then, right? It's there. And they're like, you're Lulu. And it's like, no, that's just the crap that this nasty ass deceiver dumped in on me that I had to bring temperance to. So no, those stupid gifts that I never wanted at all have become part of my character. Intemperance. Something this nasty ass could never, ever do. The only thing he could ever do is talk in a very immature manner and sling slurs. Could never win a verbal argument with an intelligent woman. And that doesn't mean anything about big words, okay? So these people are under the spell of their own making and they are getting buried alive. Just like they did you. Why? Because fragments of infinity are in you, and Osiris saw it when you went to see him there in the silent bloom there in the darkness. So you're gonna go get the cosmic threads, while these other people, they're gonna be drifting between realms. It's like these guys, they're losing all connections to all planetary systems within the universe because they've been stealing genetics and identities and lives and homes and destroying families and pilfering wealth. It's like these are universal trafficker pirates. Yeah, and they had a really nasty energy that they've been feeding all this black hole. They've been feeding all the souls to, and I don't know what's going on with that. But we got some dark stars out there that apparently get fueled and charged by annihilating dark matter. So I don't know what God's got planned. Something special is happening. Something special is happening. We got a vanishing point there, though. I'm really looking forward to go. I want to go. I want to get right up out of here. But they're trying to, you know, it's like I get so tired of these people poking and prodding from this unseen space. And it's like, really? If you want to live and have energy, why don't you go get yourself your own fucking body? All right? Come through the womb, get your ass and head squeezed to death as you come through the vagina. Problem with these assholes is they don't have permission to come through the freaking celestial womb. They don't have permission. They cannot be born of a woman. They got cut off from the soul. Ooh, wee! All twin flame gonna drop a secret weapon. Bam, baby. Bam. Those third-party enemies that betrayed you, replaced you, twisted the truth about you, broke your heart, cast illusions, filled your mind with memories not belonging to you and verbiage that you would never ever say. They ran filth and anger through the mind of a sweetheart temperance angel that was supposed to be meeting up with the sweetheart temperance angel and making great change. You nasty ass deceivers are gonna go away. You're gonna go away. Yep, because we're not fighting what used to scare us, because you just don't scare us anymore. You're just fucked up in the head, man, and we just need to get rid of you, is all. You can't create shit unless you're siphoning out of somebody who can. Yeah, abandoned everybody's love. The problem with them is they abandoned love. They threw the love away and they kept the power without the knowledge, and they fucking destroyed everything, and so now they shall be destroyed. God said if you enjoy genocide so much, he's going to give it to you. It's a door of no return. They will never, ever receive the energy of the sun again. That's that's bad news, man. Yeah, you're out of here. You are out of here. Door of no return. The wheel is turning for you. You got good luck coming. They stole your harvest, cast an illusion, wrapped your crown, took your messaging, side hustled your energy. If they attempt to encounter you or meet up with you, it is blocked AF and it will be met with violence. Stay away from this divine energy. Nasty Jack. It will end violently for you. Big fucking no. It will end violently for you if you attempt to do anything. And the fact that you've been sitting here poking me with a skewer in my consciousness noggin, my communication system of source means, I don't know, you're probably going to get a big ass skewer stuck in your brain. I wonder if they have a special technological device that can suck up the freaking personality of these principalities as they rest up there in their little la-la land, like Ghostbusters. Suck them up into this little ghost thing and then stick them in some kind of a body and play with them like they play with everybody else. I don't like principalities. I don't like frauds wearing dead men's flesh suits, running around pretending that they're in a position of authority. Ew, I'm really this guy. I'm really this great. And I'm really this powerful. Oh, we're just going to bomb. Yeah, fucking rape, bomb, what the hell ever. Yeah. These dead men don't have any power unless they're fucking it or blowing it up. That's it. Because the power that they have to fuel their magic with comes from the twin flames that they've had captured. They're going to get a big ass... Yeah, you see this? Because there's no longer isolated. They are together. And that secret weapon is going to come and overload you. The injustice will be made just. You've been sacrificed. Left hanging rose... Ghost of you, your soul came back online. You have unlocked the barriers. The veil has fallen. These nasty ass jacks are overloaded. King of Cups is naive or looking for somebody who is naive so that he can ghost them, lay them to rest. This is a happily single person who is gaslighting somebody and then twisting the truth about them in order to get a thread of gold. Money worshiping jackwagon asshole. Yeah, you gotta stay away from this asshole. This is a money worshiper out after a thread of gold. He's looking for a sweetheart that he can gaslight right here in the near future. You got to stay away from him because he's got laying to rest and ghosting you on the mind. God sees this person right here. This person, oh, he's going to get screwed. The Emperor is here with the Temperance Angel, the caretaker. There could be some healing and rejuvenation happening. The sweet talker who took you out for drinks and then transferred your beautiful glow to his little Jezebel and are going backwards. They're going to get magnetically pulled backwards for comparing themselves to you. He didn't have anything to offer his lady, so he had to come and take your glow, your identity, your love. Now it's block and bless. Stay away. These people are traumatized because you're restoring the garden, the secret garden. These nasty asses that have been feeding on the celestial energy of the celestial children and others are out. Out. The foundation is being laid, and these people who kept the divine twin flames apart for centuries are running. The apple is sending the message. This is a no contact zone, and we've got vanishing point. Some endings are beginnings in disguise. So yes, it's block and bless. We've got vanishing point. Somebody is crying out for help. Invisible forces of help guide you through troubled waters. There's a vanishing point. So you could have people here, angels, angelic protectors, your twin flame. You broke through the barrier, Rose. You sacrificed over and over and over again. You finally broke the curse and brought down the barriers, and your twin is able to come back in here and retrieve you. Prisoners of war, these divine feminines that these people have been freaking side hustling and calling prostitutes. You were never that. You were prisoners of war, and you were being raped and tortured by officials, judges, freaking religious leaders claiming that you were a prostitute. And that wasn't it, man. They were siphoning your energy, so they were dimming your light so that you would look like you didn't have any. And then they were wearing it, vibrating themselves so high by feeding on everybody. You got these entertainers. They entertain thousands, hundreds of thousands of people at once, and they're all rah, rah, rah. And all that energy is being collected. People are giving away their money and then their energy, man, their identity, their life force. And people who screw you over are living forever. Like, yeah, man, give it up, give it up, give it up. Crazy. So you've got the Chariot here. You are moving forward with the powerful light and the powerful shadow. You are in a sacred, victorious position. Harmony, domestic bliss is on the horizon. We're not repeating the past. GPS. Those people who tried to silence those other people who had natural born talent, who took everything from them, they can't reverse what they've done. You're out of here. We got skybound, open ending. They can't reverse it. So yeah, they're losing talent. They're being quiet. Spirit said, silence is golden. So everything's going silent. Those people who don't actually have the talent, they got this chip in their head, they got false voice to skull technology or whatever. They're being evicted out of the organic mind because they don't have celestial essence or actual talent. They're going in the shredder. They deleted you. You're deleting them. Bye. Bye, Casanova. Casanova's life is in the shredder. You know, they like throwing sacrifices into the meat grinders and then selling them to the people, framing them for being cannibals. They love that. Now it's Casanova's turn. God said they were the new fodder. Casanova is the new fodder. And I saw a vision of a little brown pig. It wasn't a boar, a wild boar, and it wasn't the pink pigs. It was a little brown pig. It fit in the arms of a man. And it looked at me like it didn't have any emotion in its eyes. It was just like an emotionalist, like really cold, callous, malicious. You could see in the eyes, it was like a psychopath. There was nothing, very cold. Well, apparently they're getting pig bodies and they're going to be the new fodder. They're going to be feeding the people, apparently. This is the new pig for the new cycle, and they're going to be fodder. Casanova is caught in tensions because his Jezebel gal is going to be that too. They're going to be the new pigs. They get raised for fodder. And that's that. It's so interesting, to read this storyline. And I hear these people, they've been walking around on our heads, spying on us astrally, peeking in on us. It's like they're up there walking around like they have a right to be here in my house. These people, these ugly ass, fucking pimp ass, side hustling energy harvesters of thousands of years ago, they've been in my head for thousands of years, obviously. They're in trouble. Eye to eye with the demons within. Secret weapon. Secret weapon, eye to eye with the demons within. Well, what are you going to ingest? What are you going to put in your body? What are you going to go into the body with to get rid of these demons who abandoned love? They didn't want anything to do with love. They wanted to mess it up. Oh, they're effed up over you now. You're not attached to them. They threw your love away. They actually deleted you. They did not want you. And it's like, okay, God says, all right. And now they're like, X-Back request, X-Back request. And it's like, you're a fucking psycho. Are you kidding me? You dispelled the illusion. The illusion is that they abandoned you. They abandoned everybody. The only reason that they've ever been having sex is so that they can harvest the covenant of the rainbow and snatch up that freaking spiritual identity by breaking the heart chakra and stepping in magically with their little Jezebel. Girl, boy, whatever. These boys really love each other. So, they dig it. Bad news. They're talking to the void. They left you hanging. They left you hanging. And they cannot hide what you already know. They've been trying to paint themselves as a successful businessman and the women as dime a dozen, worthless, whatever. And they've been taking everything from them while treating them like hoes. And it's just, what are you talking about? It's like, no, door of no return. You're going through it, man. You revealed the knowledge about these hit it and quit it, treating you like a hoe, leaving you alone, taking your treasure, burying you, leaving you alone. They can't hide what you already know. And we got a door of no return. You're out of here. Bad news. You don't have to stay here anymore. They can't trap you. It's done. They can't keep you anymore. They threw you away. They've been having chance after chance after chance after chance to snuff your light through reincarnation. You kept coming back, and it pissed them off because they thought they had conquered your soul, but you kept coming back, and they're like, oh no. And this time you got your soul back on and you unlocked the freaking barriers. Bail down. Your twins are coming in, and these fuckers are going to jail. They're going to have some suffering come their way for what they've been doing to the divine feminines of these celestial masculines. You guys are in trouble. Don't say my name. Don't call me, because I'm not calling you. So yeah, they built a fantasy by cursing your crown, and then intercepting your messaging, and then putting out messaging. These people really twisted things bad. Anybody who tries to come up and get in your energy is going to get blocked, and it's going to wind up in violence, because there's going to be a violent rejection. No, they will be, look, the evil entity, they will be stuck. They're getting stuck with their own evil entity. There's no, look, no. They're going to deal with that stuff on their own. Blocked AF. They're going to deal with that stuff on their own. They called it up. They have the relationship. They're the ones who are going to be stuck with it. Sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra. So you came back online. Your soul came back online. You purified your energy. Your sexuality came back online. These people were draining you, side hustling you, treating you like a prostitute. They were sacrificing you for your sacral energy. They're overloaded now. What a nasty fucking prick, man. I hope he chokes on a fucking spit. I hope he chokes on spit. He can breathe again, but I mean, he should choke. He should scare somebody. Choker, choker, choker. Hidden from you. Yes. So we got the thread of gold. So those who gaslighted you, those money worshippers who twisted the truth about you, hooked it, shagged it, tagged it, hit it, quit it, collected your covenant and its celestial wealth. Yeah, their thread of gold is hidden from them. They're not going to get your thread of gold. It's hidden from them. Those money worshippers, they will not be getting this thread of gold. The one that carries you back to your celestial kingdom is going to be hidden from these money worshipping, sacrificing, pimp pirates. Yeah, social mask wearing bullshit artists. Bullshit artists. The Emperor is here with the Temperance Angel, the caretaker of the Secret Garden. They're bringing balance and restoring health and well-being here. The Sweet Talker, who was transferring soul value and identity over drinks, giving the glow up to another person, is going backwards. Backwards. They're going to be drawn backwards. Magnetically drawn backwards for cheating. They're going to go to prison. They're going to get magnetically drawn into some kind of a prison by the mystical cat who wards off evil. And they're in trauma, Three of Swords trauma, because there we got restoration here. Healing is happening. Healing, separation. This separation is healing. Dispelling the illusion of these nasty ass jacks that have been betraying and throwing the love of divine feminines and others in the trash while using it to do magic. You're dispelling the illusion. Yeah. So these, any kind of, any kind of people that are trying to communicate with the apples are getting blocked. Because they're not going to be, anybody trying to communicate with the apple is going to get blocked. Why? Why, you say? Because these assholes know that all it takes is a verbal exchange to take your shit. So they're going backwards for doing that kind of stuff. It's going back. Everything they took from you at that point is coming back. Like earlier today, I'm like, I got a whole bunch of new songs flowing through me, so I must be getting some of my stuff back. Plus, I have this extra vitality that I haven't had, so I'm getting some of my stuff back. These people are going to jail. They're the new fodder. There's a vanishing point for the apples coming up. Invisible forces of help are guiding you through this troubled water. You're taking off. You sought help. Help is here, and you're out of here. You're out of here. That wasn't part of the plan for these people. Oh, no. Detour. Detour. Somebody wants to make a detour. They're running. You got a chariot here. You're moving towards harmony. We're not going to repeat the past GPS. We're silencing. We're silent. Those with talent are silencing those who don't, or those who had silenced those with talent took everything. But now the letter is open. Whatever they had bound or sealed in a letter is open, and it's impossible to reverse it. Whatever they had put in a letter has been opened, and whatever it is has been read, and they can't undo it. You've got an open ending. You're skybound. You're receiving a gift. There's even hearts on that. It could be love. Yeah, those who are bringing conflict to divine feminine are under judgment for trapping them here. You've triumphed over the illusion. They're heartbroken. You're getting your harvest of happiness. You kept your integrity. You were not a Jezebel hoe. You did not sell your soul. You didn't become malicious. You didn't go out and try to destroy anybody's life or steal anything from them or slow them down in their own method of success. You let it go, and you absorbed the pain and the energy and became a master alchemist rather than a warmonger like these nasty jerks out there calling themselves men, dropping bombs on people. Your spiritual gifts are very valuable. You're wide awake, you're clean, you're decisive, you're putting up boundaries to these fake angels with a devil inside that white robe. You've got boundaries up. Rebirth with the sun. You are got a circle in the secret garden of forgiveness. Oh, and we got fuck what they say, verbal abuse. It's all lies. Anything that these jackwagons have been saying about you, it's lies. Anytime that they spew hateful speech and they try to slander you or get you convicted of some hateful thing, it's lies. It's all lies. Whoever's spewing these lies, they're wearing a mask. They're not who they say they are. And I even heard a younger say, you're not even in the body that you're supposed to be in. They stole a body, a container, an identity, and a position of authority. They don't belong in this body. This person, this identity has a principality in it, a parasite. It's a money worshiping jackass. And this thread of gold, this pathway to the celestial realm is going to be hidden from them because they've gaslighted the divine feminine. They twisted the truth. This King of Cups has been shagging and tagging naivety, little virginal flowers, while ghosting them, laying them to rest to get ahead, to get this thread of gold. So you gotta, whatever they're saying, ignore it. This jerk is here in the environment right here trying to get a sacrifice, a naive sacrifice. Watch yourself. Be careful. He's portraying himself as a King of Cups. He's got ghosting you on the mind. Even if he's successful, he's not going to get it. It's like whatever he's saying here, it's verbal abuse. It's just a lie. He's trying to exchange verbal harassment and accusation for your golden ticket. It's going to be hidden from him. He doesn't deserve it. He's a low vibrational slanderer. A liar. And his life is going in the shredder. Casanova is going to be the new fodder. So will his girlfriend. Yeah, because look, they're mentally afflicted. They're going to be mentally afflicted with all of these entities. You're not going to carry this shit. You're not taking this for them. No, they're going to take it. They're going to take it and they're going to go insane. They were playing games with you, mind games. They were playing chess, spreading rumors, projecting their own filthy mindset into you, mocking you. Look, man. Look. Masks are off. They can't come to you. Coming in hot. Masks are off. They can't come in hot. They're mentally afflicted. They went the wrong way. And they won't be taking flight because they're a thief. While you maintained your integrity, they burnt the bridge. Karmic bonds. Do not enter. Well, hopefully this lasts for a while. Yeah, because you fell down 7, you got up 8. You kept reincarnating. The lotus, energetically grounded. You're like, hey, one with the mother. And you kept coming back. It's like you never quit. You're like, this has got to get done. It's got to get done. You got the children, right? And they're all celestial sons and daughters with this powerful wisdom and wealth. And you got these freaking rapist cornholios down here sodomizing everything. Oh, it's about to backfire. It's going to backfire on them so bad. Everything that they did, everything that they intended, everything that they took, everything they're losing everything. While you are the phoenix, you rise like the phoenix. Your spirit guides are no longer protecting these frauds, these phony baloney copycats. They know who they are now, and they're not getting any money. They're not taking any money. The ravens are going to make sure that there is no false people. They'll take them. If there's any fake people, any people that are not in the proper identity or wearing the proper whatever, they're going to be going away. Because we're not having any more of that bad health bullshit. They're leaving the planet. Get off the planet, elimination of the evil. You can't help them. Oh, you can't help them. They're raged and confused. You can't help them. You can't fix them. You can't fix them. So, that's it. Woo! That's it. Well, guys, I think that's probably it. I hope you've been kind to each other during the chat. I haven't had a lot of opportunity to look. It does look like it does look like anybody trying to communicate with the apple right now, it's like, no, they're running and they want to get back in your energy, but it's like, no, these golden threads are blocked from these people who shag it, tag it, sacrifice it, drain it, wear the identity of it, soul harvest it. They can't hide what you already know. And who gives the rainbow covenant? Who gives forgiveness? And who is standing here with temperance? Yeah. So there is this mystical cat. This mystical cat is arresting a little Mr. Sweet Talker. Yeah, Mr. Sweet Talker is going to prison for using conversation, verbal exchange to take people's life. So they use drinks. So I don't know, they could put a substance in the drink that would take the glow out of you. They could have put something to separate you, to break your chakra. I don't know if they have a drug or something like that. But yeah, they stole your glow. They're going to prison for that. The mystical cat, who actually belongs in these upper dimensional celestial realms, is going to be imprisoning all of the copycats. Meow. Meow. Well, I suppose that wasn't so bad, huh? All right, everybody. Well, I hope you have a pleasant evening, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.